Welcome everyone to the 2021 Bike MS Colorado Kickoff. We are virtual still, but heading in the right direction, I think. It's so wonderful to have all of you here. And also it's so fun for me to see so many familiar faces on the screen. I love it. And of course, we're looking so forward to seeing all of you in person on June 26th. Woohoo! All right, so if you want to use this feature, we have a feature available now called live captions. So if you turn on, if you go to the three dots at the top of your menu and turn on the live captions, that will give you the captions at the bottom of your screen. All right, so just before we really dive into everything, I just want to go over a few of our Teams meeting best practices. So first, we want to remind you to please stay on mute unless you're talking. So you'll see on your screen that microphone looking thing on the top. If it has a slash through it, then that means that you are on mute. And so keep it on mute so that we can't hear any background noise. That's very helpful. And we want you to remember to use the chat box all throughout the evening. We'd love to have you do that. Say hello to us, ask any questions, share ideas about anything that you're doing for Bike MS this year, and just kind of keep the chat going. And so I'd love to see some chat start. So let's see some chat start. Kind of practice too. And then we ask you to please hold any questions till the end. We'll leave time at the end for plenty of time for Q&A. All right, here comes the fun part. Before we jump into the agenda, we're going to take a group picture. So if you're not already up on screen, come up on screen. So pop up and hit that little button at the top right that looks like a video camera. And we're going to take two pictures. So Aaron, you'll bring down the slide and bring us up on screen, I'm guessing.
I have it to where I can see everyone.
Okay,
so I don't
perfect.
have to take down the slide.
Oh, well, we can't see everyone, but as long as you can. So we're going to do
a special treat for
okay, perfect.
The end.
So we'll do on the count of three. Let's smile. 1, 2, 3. Smile.
Awesome. One more.
All right, one more on the count of 3. 1. Oh, I love Chris's has his beer front and center. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Bike MS. Something.
Thank you.
All right, we'll look forward to seeing that. The team will send that out with any follow-up information after the meeting, after the meet up, I should say. All right, so looking at our agenda for the evening, we have a lot to cover, but we'll begin by going over our welcomes and intros, and then we have 75 years of progress to talk about. And then we have a wonderful mission moment speaker that will join us. And then the current status of Bike MS, some logistics updates, what's next, and talk a little bit about prize distribution and some Q&A and sharing at the end. So with that, we'll kick it off with the staff introductions. Most of you know all or most of the people on the screen here. I'm Robin Moore, the president for the Colorado-Wyoming market, and glad to be here with you. And we have Erica Barnum is our Bike MS director, is currently out on a wonderful maternity leave, and she'll be back with us in May. Brittany Burcham is one of our Bike MS managers. Make sure Brittany's on if she wants to come up and wave at us. I'll assume she is because I can't see everybody. Jana Fryer is another one of our Bike MS managers. Jana.
Hello.
And Erin Romy, who's also helping to facilitate this evening's event, is our walk and Bike MS specialist. Erin, wave. And Alexis Stifler is our event production senior manager. Great, I want to see more chats, so start filling up the chat box, please. We'd love it. Well, that is your team. You can call on any or all of us at any given time, and we're here to support you and make sure you're as successful as you can be. All right. Thanks for throwing things in the chat box. That's great. I love seeing it. Hopefully you all are set so you can see the chats coming through as well. So this is a big year for us at the MS Society, and for all of you as part of the MS Society. It's 75 years ago, a movement began that changed the world for people affected by MS. And many of you know this story, but I'll tell you from the beginning here. When Sylvia Lowry's brother, Bernard, they're both pictured there on the left-hand side. When Bernard began experiencing visual imbalance problems in 1945, she and her sister Alice placed a classified advertisement in the New York Times. It read, "Multiple sclerosis. Will anyone recovered from it please communicate with patient?" Remember back in that day, it was a small little ad in a newspaper. The sisters received 54 replies from people as desperate as they were. Most asked them they wanted to be informed if the two heard anything promising. She said, "I was looking for medical clues that might help my brother," Ms. Lowry said in an interview with the New York Post in 1959. But when the responses started to snowball and come from all over the country, she said, "I decided to give up the law and let my creative energy spill over into helping people with MS." So Sylvia realized the need for an organized effort to encourage and finance research into the cause, treatment, and cure of multiple sclerosis. On March 11th, 1956, Ms. Lowry, a young woman without a scientific background, gathered 20 of the nation's most prominent research scientists and medical experts and founded what would now become the National MS Society. Her passion and perseverance launched a movement that led to more breakthroughs than the world has seen in any other neurological disease. So the National MS Society brings the movement together and turns our power and passion into real results. When the society was founded 75 years ago, MS was a neglected and poorly understood disease. What began as one woman's vision and commitment is now a nationwide organization leading the global charge to create a world free of MS. So now in 2021, we see the progress. 20 disease-modifying therapies are available now for people living with MS. So it's just incredible to see the progress from one woman's vision to now. And so together we will continue to drive progress until we achieve our vision of a world free of MS. So that's our 75-year progress update. I will now hand it over to Jana, who will introduce our special Mission Moment speaker.
Thank you, Robin, and thanks everyone for coming. And I'd like to introduce Jillian Mador for our mission moment tonight. She is with Coast and Canyon Cycle Squad. She's a second-year rider for Bike MS Colorado, and she's a pediatrician actually on Navajo Nation in Chinle, Arizona. Jillian was diagnosed with MS in October of 2019, and as a rookie rider, she raised over $4,000 for Bike MS Colorado. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Jillian, and let's give her a warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. Can you all hear me and see me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. As Jana said, I live in Northeastern Arizona. This is my second year participating in Bike MS Colorado, and I was diagnosed with MS in October of 2019, about a year and a half ago. I just want to start by thanking you all for participating in this event and raising funds and awareness for multiple sclerosis. It means so much to me and the other people living with MS. And I wanted to just quickly remind you all that everyone's experience with MS is very unique and different. So my story, my physical abilities, and my experience with MS shouldn't be assumed to be that of other people who are also living with MS. So I wanted to start with just telling you all why the MS Society is so important to me and other people living with MS. And give you some inspiration that all the miles you are putting in your training and the Bike MS ride is very worthy. It's a very worthy cause of all those miles. So I am a physician and not a neurologist, but during my residency training, I learned a lot about MS and had experience working with patients with MS. But even with this knowledge and background and experience, when I was diagnosed, I had a million questions, felt very overwhelmed, and I was admitted to the hospital, and the neurologist told me to go to the National MS Society's website and read more. And and learn more. And so I was having visual symptoms at the time, and I couldn't really read anything on the computer, but reading a piece of paper was a little bit easier. So I had the nurse print out like 10 different articles from the website. I think it was an inch thick of paper. And I just spent the next few days reading through the resources, finally had a lot of my questions answered, and just felt a sense of relief that this organization would be there to support me moving forward for the rest of my life. So it's just a really great organization, and I'm very thankful for them. And then when the pandemic hit last year, it was obviously very isolating for everyone in the world. And then there was this added layer of the unknown for us on immunosuppressive medications, like me and other people living with MS. And so signing up for virtual Bike MS last year at the start of the lockdown and really putting in a lot of training for the ride was one of the best silver linings that came out of the pandemic. It was just really, really great to connect with other riders who were training on the ride through lockdown as well. And really nice having a goal of both miles to ride and fundraising that I was trying to reach last year when everything else kind of went on hold. So last year, my husband and I completed a century ride, which is 100 miles in one day here at home in Chinle. And we're gearing up to do it all over again. And we have friends and family all over the country joining us, which is really exciting and really fun. And research and advocacy that the MS Society has done over the past few decades definitely has helped me in my ability to do this ride, because I have access to wonderful medications as a result of fundraising and research that they help support. So it's a weird time in the world. And last year at first I felt uncomfortable asking people to donate, not knowing how the pandemic had impacted everyone personally. But I found that those who were able to donate were really, really excited to support us in our ride. So I think now more than ever, people are feeling the drive to connect one another and support one another, connect with one another and support one another. So you might be surprised how successful your fundraising efforts can be despite everything else going on in the world. So thanks again for riding with Bike MS. I hope you all have as much fun as my husband and I had last year and this year training. And thanks again.
Thanks, Jillian. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's such an inspiration to hear your story, and the fact that you guys rode 100 miles out in the desert, like that's just amazing. So thank you so much for participating, and we're so glad to have you back again this year, and hopefully we'll see you in person next year. Okay, so our current status for Bike MS this year, guys, did I just freeze? Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, we have 124 teams right now and 941 people are registered. We've raised $321,377 towards our $1.7 million goal. And this year we're happy to welcome a brand new sponsor. We have a gold sponsor from Wayfield Group Contracting. So we're super excited about that. And now let's talk about what's going to be new for this year at Bike MS. So Bike MS is right around the corner, guys, less than 100 days. And while it's not going to be our 2-day classic ride, we're looking forward to seeing everyone in person. Bike MS has always been a place for us to come together and celebrate each other and our fundraising. So what's going to remain the same? The goal, of course, is going to remain the same, to find a cure for MS. We'll be together once again at Front Range Community College on June 26th. We will have our rest stops. We're fully supported. So every 10 to 12 miles, we have a stop, and we'll have our support vehicles as well as our medical support staff. We will have fundraising per usual. We'll have our prizes and incentives. So same thing as we've always had, you know, you raise $1,000 to be in Club K and you get the jersey and the incentives for that. And it just keeps on going from there. We have our famous jersey competition, so start working on those and get those on order. We have our social media graphics. You can find those on our website. You can update your Facebook profile frame with Bike MS. And of course, we're gonna have fun. And for what's new this year, we have a brand new Bike MS app. If you had the old one, you you will want to delete that and download the brand new one, which has a check capture feature. And it also will have a mileage tracker. So if you've noticed on your personal page, there's actually, it says how many miles you've ridden. And you can download that app from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And last but not least, always check our Bike MS Colorado Facebook page. Be sure to RSVP that you're coming, and then check back for any event updates. And now I'm going to welcome Alexis. She's our Senior Manager of Event Production, and she can let us know what will look different this year for Bike MS.
Perfect. Thanks, Jana. Hi, everyone. I also want to apologize in advance for any baby squeals like that in the background. She's at least happy, which is the good news, but I'm home alone with her, so I apologize. So our top priority for Bike MS this year during the COVID-19 environment continues to be the health and safety of our staff, volunteers, and event participants in the MS community. We will execute this year's events in adherence with the guidance of state, federal, and local government agencies. I'm sorry. And we know that the knowledge and the circumstances and policies are ever changing around COVID-19. So we will continuously evolve our policies and practices and update those as appropriate. To make sure that we are putting on the event in the safest way, we've made some changes for 2021, as you can see on this slide. And I want
Did we lose audio?
I think she froze.
Baby tears. Froze the screen.
I read no beer garden. That's what caused my computer to reboot.
Erin, do you want to pick up till she pops back maybe, or Jana?
I think I'm going to move forward and then maybe hop
Okay.
back if she joins us. And then if she doesn't join us, I will take over from there. So we'll just go on to the next slide and see if she can hop back on soon.
Perfect.
Yeah, because Alexis is the pro in all things logistics. Well, thank you all for joining us again this evening and for participating in Bike MS. As we know, spreading awareness about the society and our mission and why we keep fundraising is so important. We have a few turnkey ways to fundraise. I saw that Dick Snyder made a comment about never being afraid to ask for a donation, which is accurate. But in addition, we have some tried and true ways to make your fundraising and your event successful. So visit our MS Bike page, and we have additional ideas for both. One of the tips is how to link your Facebook with your fundraising page and then also post on your LinkedIn. People have great success with that. And then you can start by matching your dashboard, continuing to increase your goals, and making your page personal. Utilize a variety of email templates that we have, and if you have any questions, ask for support. Remember, share your goals, our mission, your story, why you're riding. Keep your rider friends up to date on your training. Invite them out if you're feeling comfortable enough to be in public with others. Let them know that you are fundraising. Ask early and often. That's a left-hand donation or tip. And then also remember that you can't say thank you enough. So we hope that everyone stays safe, and we're excited to share a few more tips on what is next. So what is next? We will be posting on our website and on our Facebook group, the one that we keep talking about, our future virtual rookies with cookies with rookies, the I Ride with MS rally that we do every year, and then our post-ride award recognition ceremony. These will be during the spring and summer prior to our ride, with the exception of the post-event celebration. So they will all be virtual. I know we're all sad that we can't be together, but that's just how we have to adapt still this year. We will be posting all these events and the dates on our Facebook page and on the website. So again, please continue to monitor those. Now I'll hand it over to Erin.
Thank you. All right, all. We are relying on you to take action and recruit more team members this year. Personally, reach out to your past team members not yet registered. If you need old team rosters, reach out to us, your relationship staff. We would be happy to provide you with team rosters with contact information and other info to help jog your memory. Schedule a virtual team meeting, a lunch and learn, or sign up day to get some momentum and excitement about Bike MS going. Plan to share with your networks and ask them to join you. You never know who might have a connection. Encourage team members to share with their networks as well. Register friends and family with our 15% off discount code TEAMUP. And don't forget to join and follow Bike MS socially. Like us on Facebook and Instagram at Bike MS. Join the Bike MS Team Captain group page if you're a team captain and see regular posts and advice from other team captains. It's a fantastic platform to get new ideas for your own team, and you can inspire others by sharing your stories, pictures, and videos, and tag us by using the hashtag BikeMS, both Ride Weekend and leading up to Ride Weekend, as well as after Ride Weekend. We fundraise all year, so BikeMS is kind of all year long. Connect with your fellow cyclists and team members by sharing your ride adventures on our national Colorado event or team captain Facebook page. And we can't reiterate this enough, be sure you RSVP as going to our Bike MS Colorado event page on Facebook. You can search it by typing in Bike MS Colorado on the Facebook search bar or in Google. As Jana mentioned earlier, download the Bike MS app. It's awesome. It has great new features this year. One that we're all so excited about, of course, is our check capture. So just like your banking app, you can snap a photo of your check on your phone through the app and it will upload right to your participant center as early as 1 business day. So that's pretty exciting. We've come a long way from 2020. So download the app today. There are many other ways you and your team members and donors can continue to support the National MS Society. We all love the ease of ordering things online, so take advantage of Amazon Smiles and designate the National MS Society as your charity of choice, and 0.5% of all your purchases will be donated. Another way to give back is to download the Charity Miles app and turn it on every time you go out for a ride, walk, run, hike. I don't think you can swim with it because phones aren't waterproof yet, but you can try. The app records your miles and converts them into a donation to the National MS Society. To date, we have received over $18,000 from Charity Miles.
Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. We want to first thank everyone for their patience during the past year, but we have finally received approval that we can distribute all of our 2020 ride items safely. So that includes the Century patches for everyone last year, the fundraising jerseys, the ride event t-shirts. We've been getting emails for the past year. I mean, we're really sorry. And we're excited to finally be able to distribute those. We will be sending out a Sign Up Genius link in the next 48 hours. It'll be coming from my work email. So be on the lookout for an email from brittany.bertram@nmss.org. And you must register in order to collect the items from 2020. This is separate from this current year. It's all the things from last year that everyone's been waiting for. Remember to check our website and our Facebook again. And I'm sorry, we are stressing this so much. And we will be putting updates and changes in the next few months. And please stay safe while you're out there training for your ride. And I'll hand it back to Erin.
Awesome. I don't think Alexis is back on yet. So,
I am here.
Yay! We're going to go back to your slide.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm not on video, but I'm here.
Perfect. This is great.
Perfect. All right. I apologize that all my computer decided to crash on me, so that's not helpful. So as I was saying, we will have 2 route options from riders to choose from this year. We'll have a 78-mile and a 34-mile. The route is going to be very familiar for those of us that are our veteran riders. We're going to take the day 1 route up to Berthoud. There will be a new 3-mile stretch, and then we're going to take the day 2 route back to Westminster. And you can find these on the website so that you are ready to go. We are subject to permitting still, but we're confident that that course is going to be pushed through. We've got some changes this year to our packet pickup process. Further details are still going to be released, but pre-event packet pickups for 2021 will be contactless. So packet pickup will be available in early June to top fundraisers and those that have met their fundraising minimums. Those that qualified for packet pickup but did not pick up their packet at an early packet pickup will have their packet mailed to them 2 weeks prior to the event. Note that this is a packet only. It is not the t-shirt or the jersey. You can pick those up ride weekend. And then all other participants who were not able to pick up their packet or didn't have their packet mailed to them will be able to pick up your packet on Friday at Front Range Community College. New this year is there will be no Saturday packet pickup. This is a big change for this ride, so I'm going to say it one more time. The last chance to get your packet prior to ride weekend is Friday evening. Packets will not be available on Saturday. To further provide for a safe event, Bike MS has put in place further safety measures, including everything is going to take place outdoors. So we will not have an indoor packet pickup. We will do not have indoor restroom access this year, and we will not have an indoor dining area. Gathering points will be limited. Unfortunately, this year means no team village, no beer garden, no massage area, no dining area, etc. Chris Leonard, packet pickups will be Friday, will take place at Front Range Community College. Other pre-event packet pickups occurring in June are still to be determined.
Okay, thank you. We're open.
Okay, perfect. Other guidelines that we're doing this year is that masks must be properly worn. That means you need to cover your mouth and nose, except when actively riding. When you're at rest stops, at the start finish, or fixing the mechanical on the side of the road, you do need to put your mask on. All of our volunteers and staff will be required to wear masks as well. Each participant or staff member and volunteer will be sent a health screening 24 hours prior to the event. Each person will take the screening and will bring it to the mandatory check-in area at the start line. When you show you've passed your health screening, you will be given a wristband. This wristband is your ticket to ride and will give you access to the rest stops, SAGs, and other support. So to note in this, your packet this year will have a bib and a bike frame number. It will not contain your wristband because you're getting your wristband after you pass your health screening. Approximately 3 weeks prior to the event, each participant will be assigned a venue access window. This is a set time that you will have to arrive, go through the health screening, go to the restroom, fill up a water bottle, and get out on course. Access windows will be limited and the number of cyclists allowed to assist in social distancing. Again, you'll be given that window about 3 weeks prior, and the wristband you receive during your health screening will match your access window. This will be how we spread out everybody throughout the course and throughout the venue. Lastly, for today, all food and beverage will be single serve, take and go. This means all water and sports drinks will be single bottles. Bottles will be iced down so they're nice and cold for you, and we will not be able to give out ice this year. All snacks will be single serve prepackaged items, so you will see a limited variety of options this year. Really important for those 78-mile riders, there will be no lunch service en route. Lunch will only be available at the finish line in a prepackaged box-style lunch that you take home with you. I know that was a lot of details, and I'm sure there's a lot of questions, and I see them popping up here. So I'll be around in the Q&A portion, and you can also keep typing your questions in that chat box, or feel free to reach out to me separately. Those that have been around a long time, Alexis Bradley, Alexis Johnson, and Alexis Stifler all still work, so you can email me. Thanks all.
Thank you, Alexis. Okay. Before we get to our Q&A session, we want to recognize our amazing sponsors. Regardless if we are writing in person or virtually, our sponsors continue to support the Society's work. Thank you to Primal, Left Hand Brewing Company, Jack's Outdoor Gear, Farm and Ranch, Point B, Toyota, Wayfield Group, Alice 1059, and 99.5 The Mountain. Bike MS would not be possible without your support.
All right, so now we're opening it up for questions. Please feel free to take yourself off mute. There are a lot in the chat, so we'll try to go through that. We invite Alexis because she is the professional in the group and has seen all of these rides and knows every single person on this call. So she's the best one to deliver the changes. So let's see, we can look. Well, Chris is already putting beer in his water bottle. I don't know if that's legal or not, but
we're gonna ignore that and we're gonna go la 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 la. So do you want me to start? I'm looking at the chat box.
It's legal to put it in there. How much you drink out of it and ride is another question.
All right, so I think Alexis is gonna go off of the first few questions.
Yeah, so we talked about this. So Cameron, you asked as a rookie rider, you don't know what's in the packet. So your packet this year is going to be pretty self-contained. So it's going to be your bib number that you wear on your jersey. It's going to have a frame number that goes on your bike so that we can make sure if anything happens, we can reunite you and your bike together. It will have safety pins and it will have an I Ride For bib. So everything that you need for packet pickup will be contained in that. Since we're not doing luggage and we're not an overnight, we don't need luggage tags and things this year. So hopefully that helped you out a little bit. Dick Snyder, you said Front Range is a long way from your house. How else can you get your packet? So we will have approximately 3 packet pickups available, locations still to be determined, prior to ride weekend. So you can get your packet during one of those. If you qualify and weren't able to pick up your packet at an early packet pickup, we will also mail your packet to you. So you can get your packet that way. Erica from Motley Spokes, you asked, will the venue access window be grouped by teams? And I know there's a couple of questions on that. So the venue access window, we're going to try our best to group by team so that full teams go in a venue access window. That's going to get a little bit wonky if there are top fundraisers or I Ride With MS folks on a team, that they may get a different window, priority access window than the rest of the team. But those details will be communicated out and we're going to try to group the team together. If there is a top fundraiser or I Ride With MS person on a team, they are permitted to bring one guest into the venue access window with them. And we will reach out to those folks ahead of time to confirm if they want their window, that priority window, or if they want to ride with their team. So more details on that timing to come. Get the PowerPoint. We will send out the PowerPoint to you guys, and this meeting is recorded, so we'll make sure you guys get the recording. Bobby, you asked if we can review the 3-week window details again. So that's again with that venue access window. At that time, we'll know who is going to go into what venue access window. I apologize again for the baby, and we will communicate that out to you guys. Also, then by that time, we'll start mailing packets out to anybody that wasn't able to attend a packet pickup. Dick Snyder, snacks won't do over 78 miles. Will there be any substantial food? Unfortunately, this is going to be a Bike MS policy across the country this year for all of our rides through August, that we're not doing lunch. So we will try, I'm not going to make any promises. We will try to get something potentially substantial at that midpoint for you 78-mile riders. But right now we still have to go with local guidelines for single serve snacks and things like that. We know that that's a change, so we want to make sure that you're there and understand that and prepare ahead of time. Chris Leonard, you want to hear more about that health screening? So that health screening, so it's going to be, you're going to get, we're still finalizing the details. You're going to get a link of some sort to either an app or a website that has screening questionnaires. It's, you know, kind of those typical questions that you've seen here over the last year of, have you been in contact with anybody over the last 14 days? Do you have symptoms? Those kinds of questions. Once you complete the survey, you're going to get either a pass, fail, and we ask that you then bring either a printout of that screen or a screenshot of it to that health screening tent. And that's that same thing as the mandatory check-in tent. We use them interchangeably. That tent then is where you will get your wristband for your venue access window, and then you're permitted to go into the event. You can get that wristband either Friday evening at Pack Up Pickup or Saturday morning. So if you're worried about time and trying to get everything accomplished on Saturday morning, we do encourage everybody to come by on Friday if you're able to get your health screening out of the way, and then we'll have an express lane Saturday morning for those that completed their health screening on Friday and already have their wristbands. Beer in the water bottle, I'm ignoring that one. Jerseys, how will jerseys be distributed? So if you qualify for one of the early packet pickups, we will give you your t-shirt and jersey when you pick up your packet. If your packet was mailed to you, then your packet or your t-shirt and jersey will be available either Friday, you can pick up your stuff on Friday, or it will be available Saturday after the ride once you finish. Can our team captain pick up our rider packet? Yes, we will permit team captains to pick up packets and t-shirts for riders this year to get their supplies. So we will have a sign-up process, and when we figure out a little bit more of dates and locations for packet pickups, we'll communicate that out to you, and we'll let you know if there's going to be a reservation process or what that looks like for teams to pick up rider packets. Craig Mason, can we repeat the 2 routes info? And I think I saw links getting popped in there as well. But we were going to have a 78-mile route, so that's going to be going up to Berthoud and back down. The same kind of routes you're used to taking from the beginning of Saturday to the end of Sunday to get around in a loop. And then the 34-mile route is going to go really just up to rest stop 1, so just past Erie. They're going to cut off before we get up to Niwot and then head back down south. Dick Snyder, if we have individual check-in times, will there still be team starts? So again, that leads to the venue access window. We're going to try to group teams into the same venue access windows so that you guys can start as a team as much as possible. Thank you, Steve, for putting in those route links. Is the new app just Bike MS? And I believe it is. And Janet asked that. Chris, what about vaccine cards? So right now we are not requiring or asking participants, staff, or volunteers to be vaccinated. We are encouraging it, and you can check out the Society's website for our vaccination policies, but that is not a requirement at this time. If there is a fail or something wonky happens on your health screening, we will have a customer service tent that morning where we can review that and potentially make exceptions, because I know that's going to be an issue as we get to some of our medical service providers and things like that. Thank you, Bill Horger. We've got the 78-mile route posted on there. And I think then we are caught up. Okay, so Bobby, you mentioned getting the health screening done early to get in a fast lane. I'm confused of how that supports the start windows. So that is, you're still only going to be permitted into, so let's say we've got 6 venue access windows, and you come Friday night, you get your health screening, you get your wristband to get into venue A, or to get into window A. You can still only get into window A. That's just going to speed you up so you don't have to wait in line behind everybody that still needs to verify their health screening is complete, get their wristband, but you're still only going to be in that pre-assigned group of A's. So we will know who it is. It is a set 200, 300 group of people. Hey, Miss. We don't know what that number looks like yet, but it is a set group of people. So even if there's like a quote unquote fast lane, that's just so that you can get through the first part of it, but you're still only going to be within your limited group to get there. Some people just need more time in the morning. Hopefully, got it. Perfect. Bob, what about submitting checks? So that Bike MS app is going to be really awesome this year. It does have a check capture feature. So you can still mail in checks to our office ahead of time if you want, but that check capture feature is going to work just like if you were depositing through a mobile app in your bank, and it will get directly credited to your account. So hopefully that answers that question. I think we're getting the right links there, hopefully. And then I'm going to turn it back over to Brittany or Jana to talk about where we are in terms of riders and answer Chris Leonard's last goal.
Yeah, so I think Jana might have touched on it, but we're at about 950 riders currently registered. We're anticipating with the vaccine rollouts that people will start registering a little bit more. Our goal this year is 1,800. So we are scaling down from last year, but we're still anticipating hitting the goal that we have set. We have set a goal of 1.7 million for this year. So hopefully that helps. And then I was going to put some information about the Bike MS app in the chat as well. So I'll drop that in just a second. Any other questions?
You guys can feel free at this time to unmute yourself if you've got questions too, and not just in the chat box.
Yeah, I appreciate you answering the question on the teams. We're actually down versus last year, and I was just curious if other people were seeing the same thing. I sent an email out. Brittany, thank you for sending me that list to ask people, and I've gotten a couple of responses back, like, "Oh, I'm traveling," or I mean, that seems to be the biggest response that I'm getting why people aren't coming back is they're traveling, and I don't know if it's because of the one day. So I was just curious.
Craig Mason, right, there is no Century ride this year, sadly. So. Let's see. When you say last year, are you talking about 2019 or 2020? We are talking about 2020. So the Survey Genius that will be going out will have the 2020 items that everyone, most of the folks on this call are top fundraisers or team captains or participated in some way last year and earned some type of reward. We will be sending that out so you can register for that. And then the 3 days that Alexis will be scheduling that are packet pickups will be for the 2021 ride. And those dates have not been set aside from the Friday before the ride. So we'll get those as soon as we can on everyone's calendars. And we will have a another Bike Inside Out virtual event later in the fall. So to Chris Leonard's point, maybe if people aren't able to attend or join that weekend, you can always have them join as a virtual rider and have them participate that way as well. Bob, I'll be sending out a sign up genius about the 2020 bling. So be on the lookout for that. You will receive it in the next 48 hours from my work email, and please sign up. And all the folks that do not sign up will probably have to reach out to in May.
And did you say medals are happening this year or they're not?
They are not. Alexis is shaking her head no. We make Alexis give all the bad news.
Where's the
Sorry,
baby
yes,
cry?
so-
Where's the baby cry?
No. Yeah, she's now the baby's at the point where she thinks it's funny when I shush her. No finisher medals this year. So again, we're doing as much as we can to limit those touch points and those interaction points. So, we touched a little bit about rest stops being single serve snacks, but there's also going to be plastic barrier between riders and volunteers and things like that. Mechanics and our medical crew will be required to wear gloves while they're servicing bikes and things like that. So that's some of the other issues that we've got going on. So, and then I do see another question. What kind of support vehicles, road closures, etc., should we expect for the ride? So we do not close the roads. We've got a full open course to the public. But we do have lots of law enforcement out, from state patrol to county sheriffs to local municipalities that are at critical intersections, mainly those left turns to either toggle the traffic lights, stop traffic, but they're out there with their lights on to make sure that riders are getting where they need to go safely. We've also got a great group of volunteers. And this is actually a really great point. So spectators will not be allowed this year. So only riders can be on campus. But if you've got people that want to come out and cheer you on, we encourage them to volunteer as route marshals. So the route marshals are going to be at some of those critical intersections, things like that, just to announce to riders that you're moving left or you're continuing straight. They're also really great cheerleaders. Those of you guys that are our veteran riders can attest to the energy that those folks bring to our riders while out riding. So we will have route marshals out there as well. This is going to be our safety. Again, Cameron and Dana, please welcome to email me. And so I will put my email in the chat box for some of those other rookie rider questions. Happy to work with you guys one-off as well, just so that you've got everything. And then Mary Ellen, so how will SAGs work this year? So SAGs are going to run at a reduced capacity. We are still hoping to get 15 passenger vans. Right now the state has a hold on renting them, so we're hoping to get them back, but they will be at a reduced capacity. So while you are in a SAG wagon, you will be asked to wear a mask. The drivers will wear a mask, and there will be a partition between the drivers and the passengers. And then with that reduced capacity, it may take a little bit longer to get a SAG. We're not expecting it to, with the decrease in participants we're going to see this year. But we will still have SAGs. They will disinfect and spray down in between passengers. We ask that you load your bike into the SAG if you are physically able to do so. If not, we will help you, again, trying to limit those touch points. Liz asked, will volunteers for specific teams be allowed on campus to help their teams? And the answer, unfortunately, for that one is going to be no. So only riders are going to be permitted on campus and through those areas. Because we want to make sure that anybody that's on campus and taking part of the event has passed that health screening so that we can limit any potential issues as much as possible.
Thank you, Alexis.
All right. Well, if no one has any other questions. Oh, did you say we are getting the deck? Oh, yes, the slide deck.
deck,
Yes.
yeah.
I was like, excuse me? Yes, we'll send that, and we will send the recording of this as well.
Yeah, +1 to Chris. Thank you guys for keeping this going. Not easy, and just really appreciate you making it as fun as you can, but being safe. So appreciate that.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for pivoting with us and being patient because it's been a long year.
Yeah. And we know some of these changes and things aren't fun. They're not ideal. We hate having to tell you guys these news. I hate because no one else is telling you. Thanks to my team, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's for the safety and for the ability to be able to put a ride out together so that we can start to join in person. So thank you guys for doing your part in helping us have a safe event this year.
Yeah, I would just say
And thank you
so
for
much.
baby.
Yep. Thank you so much,
That
you
was
all,
awesome.
for sticking with us, and we're going to be together. It may be different, but we're together this year, and it's exciting, and we'll look forward to seeing you all.
Thank you. Thanks all for coming.
Thanks, everyone.
We'll be in touch soon about all
Thank
the
you.
packet pickups and stuff,
They'll
so
be
keep an eye
fun.
out.